good afternoon and welcome back to my channel, Hot and Spicy Guyana. I hope you guys are all staying safe and being extra cautious when you go out because as you know, we are living in some trying times. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some nice Guyanese style beef patties, another one of my favorite that I grew up eating while I was living back in Guyana. Let's get into it. For this recipe, what I'm going to be doing is making the pastry dough first. What you need is some all-purpose flour, some butter, shortening, and some cold ice water. Just keep in mind when you're doing this, you want to make sure that everything is cold because that's the trick to giving you a nice crusty dough. Now I'm going to mix this all in to the flour. You can either use a fork or your fingers. I prefer using my fingers, whatever it's your choice and you're comfortable doing. Measurements are in the description box, so you can also look there for the measurements. Now I'm going to mix this around into the dough until everything is all mixed in and you have a nice crumbly flaky dough. I'm going to continue mixing this until I have what I'm looking for, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. So guys, when mixing your dough, you want to make sure that it's crumbly. It's the way it's looking here. This is going to give you a nice crusty dough that you're looking for. I've also forgot to add one ingredient, which is some curry powder. I usually add this to give the dough a little color. So mixing this in, now I'm going to add the water. And take note, I'm just adding a little bit water at a time to bring this dough to a uniform circle. You have to be careful with the water because you don't want this dough to be too soft. When it's too soft, it makes it hard to handle. So I'm just going to slowly bring this all together until it's formed, everything has come together. So guys, now that I've brought everything together and it's now formed into a ball, I'm going to put this into the refrigerator and let this sit for 30 minutes while I prepare the rest of my ingredients for my beef. However, by your choice, you can also just knead this and use it right away if you're in a rush. So I'm just gonna place this into the freezer and let this sit for 30 minutes. Refrigerator, not freezer, sorry. Now while I have the dough in the refrigerator sitting, I've prepared all of my other ingredients that I needed for the meat. I have my chopped and diced tomatoes, green onions, bell peppers, carrots, ground beef, chopped and diced onions, and the dry seasonings. Starting off with all-purpose seasoning, barbecue seasoning, and all-purpose seasoning for chicken. I also added some salt, and I have my pan that is heating with some oil. When this is heating, I started off with throwing my onions into this. And I'm just going to let this fry until the onions are golden brown. Now that the onions are brown and you hear that sizzling sound, you can begin adding the other ingredients. What I'm going to start off adding is the carrots, and bell peppers. Just because these vegetables are a bit harder, and so by adding it to the pan you can let it fry so that it gets soft. I'm just going to let this fry for a minute or two, then I'm going to continue adding the other ingredients. After 2 minutes of frying the vegetables, I'm now going to add my onions, green onions, and tomatoes. So now that I've added all of my ingredients, I'm going to let this fry for a minute before I add my ground beef to this mixture. Now I'm going to add my ground beef to this, and I'm just going to let this fry until it's brown. I'm now going to add all of the ground seasonings as well, and I'm going to mix it all in and continue frying until the beef is brown. Now guys, you can add pepper or hot sauce to this, but because I'm breastfeeding, like I mentioned in my previous videos, I'm not going to be adding any pepper or hot sauce to my food. Now that this is fried and it is brown, I'm going to put this aside so that it can cool off before I start making my patty doughs. So guys, now that I have my meat, I'm going to end off the pastry by placing some flour on the surface of which I'm going to work, and then I cut the dough into 2 pieces. I'm going to roll out one and then make my pastries, and I have 1 egg which I've beaten up so that I can place it on top of the pastry when I'm done. So guys, now that I've rolled my dough out, I'm going to start sectioning it out using a round bowl or a cup, whatever you have, you can use that. And then I'm going to fill the dough with the meat that I've created, as I'm doing now in the video. So here is one of the patty that I have. I'm now going to fill it up with some meat. And then you want to bring this over, seal the edges, and taking a fork, you just press it up to the ends. So now I'm going to continue this step with all of the dough until everything's done. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So guys, now that I've done filling my patties and sectioning it off, I'm just going to take my fork and poke holes into it. And after doing this, I'm going to baste the top with egg. So there you have it, the finished product after baking for 15 to 20 minutes on 370 degrees. This is what the beef patties look like when it's done. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my version of Guyanese beef patties. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and good night. Until next time. Bye.